Hello, hello. Good morning. Day 4 here in Las Vegas for us at the ALFA Las Vegas Open, CSI Expo. Today is the final day of the ALFA Las Vegas Open, and I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know about you, Melina.
Yeah, man, day 4. It's moving day. We're gonna go and have a champion, and it's pretty sweet that we were down last night to the final 64 players, down to 32, down to 16. Now we're down to now we're down to final 16.
16.
So 64, we got through 32, and now we're down to 16. So 8 matches about to be started here at the 10 o'clock round here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I just want to check in, make sure everybody can hear us. So do us a favor, hit up the chat. Let us know if you can hear us okay. It seems like there's a few people in there already. Tyler William and some others. So let us know, guys. We want to make sure that you guys can hear us okay. Mike, you came down last night. I had a little incident, had to go and
Bro, let me tell you. Let me share something because we're family around here. So we're kicking it here with Ozzy Reynolds, the main man at CSI, my buddy Damien, who owns Jam Up, who's just blowing up all over the place, and his business partner's wife was here, and we're all just cutting up. And I'm usually like, if I know you, I'm good to go and cut up, and I'm good to get to know you, and we're gonna go and BS and have a good time. But like, there's certain times where like I got stuff to do, and I'm gonna get back to my phone and get back to work. And Joey usually that guy to like help with that yin and yang, right? And Joey all of a sudden just dipped out and came to the table, and I was like, "What the hell is he doing, man?"
I was gone. Yeah, I had some. I think what I had is an ice pick headache. If anybody's ever had one of those, like somebody shot me through my temple, and it just hit all of a sudden, and man, I was out of it.
I thought he was gonna have to go to the hospital, and I'm like, "Yo, are you good?" And he's like, "Give me a minute." And I said, "Do you want a water? Give me a minute, Mike." Do you want a soda? Mike, give me a minute. So I don't know whether or not to go back to placing bets on my phone or if I need to dial 9 and 1 and have the other one on standby. I don't know what to do, but we made it. Joey made it, thankfully. So we're here for the final day, and I'm glad you're doing good, buddy.
Thanks. I got some rest, and you
I did not.
So Mike was gracious enough to walk me to the hotel room, and then he's like, "Peace out. I'm going to watch matches." So tell us about what you saw last night.
Yeah, man. So when we're here in the Rotunda, which is great. We're right as soon as you walk in, but I haven't been able to sweat as many matches like in person as I can. I've been one of these guys who's watching on YouTube, watching the Facebook streams, watching scoreboard watching, right? So I wanted to go down and check it out, and boy, was there some just incredible matchups last night. Stephen Holm from Canada, if you don't know him, he took down Clenti Kachi. Stephen was one of those guys who, along with Joe Spence, was going to be a part of the Canadian World Cup pool after Alex Paguline and John Moore pulled out. So the world's never really seen him play like outside of maybe the northern part of the United States or in Canada. But he played just fantastic against Clenti, smoked him the first set, and then forced the shootout and just delivered. But Clenti had a chance to go and close him out. It was pretty compelling. I was able to sweat some of the Loisius Yap and John Moore match where the score really didn't reflect how close it was. It was, I think, 4-1, 4-2, something like that, or 4-1, 4-0. But just some fantastic match. And then at the end of it, right, so after I get done sweating those two, I go to the other side because, there's matches going on that are starting at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like great matchups. I swing over, and there's Chang Jun Lin, who's down to set to Thorsten Holman, and he's up, it's 3-3 with them going and playing a little bit of a moving game. Chang ended up forcing a shootout, loosened it. I mean, just so many things going on.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point there, Mike. Something for everybody to kind of wrap their head around. We're here all day. We're standing out. We're hitting some balls on this table next to us. We're doing some podcasting. And by the time the end of the night comes, we're exhausted. Yeah, these guys are out there competing, right? And sometimes, especially at this point in the tournament, it's kind of back-to-back matches, one after the next. Anybody that says pool is not a physical sport, they don't really get it. They've
Yeah.
never been out there competing.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're going to have a little bit more of a schedule, a lot of attention being paid to the tables. Which, if you guys joined us yesterday, you were able to kind of get Shaw's feedback. What I can tell you guys since then is I've had a few conversations with some very important people around here, and it wasn't me getting my butt chewed out. Okay, what I did learn though was just the amount of importance it is to those in the position to go and make changes. So. They want that same standard that us as fans go and expect. And there's a lot of attention being paid to it. And they're going to go back and they're going to go and address it. We're going to have an off day tomorrow. And they're going to go and make sure those tables are up to standard as best they can for the World Championships that are about to start on the 27th, I believe.
Yeah.
Or 28th.
Yeah, we heard that Ernesto's in there right now working on the TV table.
At the final hour. And
Final hour.
I can tell you they've been up since, I want to say, 4 a.m.
Wow.
working on tables. So.
Wow.
Or at least when I left at 1, about 1:30, that was the plan. They were gonna get up at 4, and I think be here around 4:30 just to get back to work. So
yeah. So Mike, we had a couple people asking to take us through the final 16. Can you do that here? I got it up on another screen here. You want to lead us through that?
Yeah, for sure. Let's start up top, man. Roland Garcia, which I mean, he's called Mr. Runner Up for a reason, and he's on his way to try to have another stamp in that book, man. He's cruising along. He's got a lot of experience in this format, but he's facing, who's kind of been a giant killer in this tournament in Dimitri Yungo. And a lot of people don't know Dimitri. He's a Swiss player, but he took down Jason Shaw in this event. He took down Niels last night in a shootout. And I saw a lot of that match because that was in the background when I'm watching Chang, and Neil seemed to really he could never really get his gears going, it seemed like. But nevertheless, Dimitro did his damn job, right?
Yeah.
And now he's going to be facing Roland, which I think is going to be a great matchup. And here's the deal, man, is that because of Roland's got so much experience in this format and Dimitri's got zero, I really favor Roland. But it's like you can't give the edge like you can in a traditional break format where like you have a big break with a template and those things. It's like you're going to have to play pool in order to win.
Well, I got to tell you, I would love to play like Roland Garcia. I'd hate to have the nickname Mr. Runner-Up.
Well, I mean, listen, you're still getting second place prize money. You know what I mean?
But it's a terrible nickname. It's got to be insulting.
No, I think he embraces it, man.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like if you can't laugh at yourself, what can you laugh at? And there's no shame in getting second place in this field, Joey.
Oh no.
No. I mean, it's a monster field. But and this is, for my money, the next round is the guys who I like, and it's Yu Lung Chang and Victor Solinsky. Yu Lung took down Shane in a shootout, which I'm sure that's going to put Shane on tilt because he just loves the shootout. But Victor, back-to-back European championships. The kid's just on fire. I watched him play. He's not struggling. Whether it's a table, the way he hits the ball, it lends itself to be great in this format because he just fires it in, and he doesn't take a lot of time. He makes a decision, shoots at it. That's what I like about his style of play.
I think he started yesterday knocking off the Canadian Joe Spence and then Sharik Syed. And Sharik was coming off a big win off of
but you can say, like, on paper, Victor's had a little bit of a softer draw compared to others. Yu Lung is not that guy you want to go and take for granted. I don't think you will. He's been around for a long time, and he's a Taiwanese monster. So we'll see what happens. But for my money, I like Victor coming out of that first two matchups up top.
Here's one I'm really excited about. Vilmos Faldes is up against Levan Corteza, and Vilmos, I know they opened up a store out here, like a bakery, something like that in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. Me and Oscar went to go eat there in September. We went with Adrian Prasad and his parents, his mom and dad. And I'll tell you, it was good, dude. And I'm not big on sweets, man. That place was delicious, man.
So
honestly.
I know he's been busy with that, and the fact that he's now in the final 16 of this event,
just snapped off Rum Runner, I think. Or was it some big bar box event here in Vegas last week? Beating Gary Lutman. Andy Mercer. There you go. Beating Gary Lutman in the finals. Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you like in that one with Levan? I think you got to go with Levan, right? He's playing great. He won his last two matches in straight sets.
I mean, obviously, I'm Pat Davini's my man, and Levan's his trophy player. I'm not going to bet against Levan. To show what kind of player Levan is, if you ask Dennis who's the best money player in the Philippines, and this is Dennis's opinion, it's Levan Corteza.
Really?
Honestly, swear to God, go ask Dennis himself. He will tell you Levan is very tough for the money So I mean, obviously Dennis is the money king, but if you ask him like in the Philippines, who's the best money player, that's going to be Dennis's response. That's the kind of grinder that Levan is. You better put him away, or he's going to put you away. And they don't call him the Slayer for nothing, my man.
Yeah, and here's another name I'm happy to see in the final 16, Mika Immonen.
He took down a monster yesterday. Hasia is a Taiwanese player who, and it was on the TV table, so a lot of you guys were able to go and enjoy it. I mean, the guy's he's ageless, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Mark, what can you say about Mark? He's a great 10-ball player. He's got a lot of experience. Yeah. Took down Dennis Grabe, and I talked to Dennis, and if anybody knows Dennis, Dennis can get a little tilted.
Yeah.
I talked to him right after his match. He was not happy about it, about the conditions. They are going to have a meeting for a players union here in the next day or so. So that'll be exciting. The players want to get together and kind of make some standards for themselves, it seems like. But like in a positive way, right? Not go and just start barking for the world, along with Darren Appleton and a few others. And I'm excited for them. But yeah, man, they want to compete, you know, and but it's a big win for Mark. I think it's a flip of a coin though. But you got to go with Mika, the hot hand, because you down the Taiwanese player. You got a lot of momentum.
Well, one thing I look at in these events, Mike, is and give me your thoughts on this. I'm looking at Bisterbosch, and he's winning matches without going to shootouts. He's winning straight sets in these matches, and then you have Mika, who just won in the shootout. I guess it's an indication of who's playing stronger. They're winning races to 4 continually, but then what happens when they do get
that's
to a
the
shootout?
Question. Okay, what's going to happen whenever he is in a shootout? How is he going to go and handle it? Imagine if it's on the TV table, if it's that first time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different animal, and if you don't have the experience, it's going to go and make you sweat a little bit. You feel me?
I do.
So I would. Nobody wants to be fighting for one ball for their tournament life right now, right? Especially if you haven't lost at all. Because now it's like you win or go home. It doesn't matter if you had one bullet before or two. Now, if you lose, you're done. And I would rather have had that experience leading up to that way when it comes time, I'm comfortable.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that. So just going down to the feedback here, people are asking what time the matches kick off. It's 10 a.m., so they just got underway. In fact, there's some that have a score to it. So Snagaki is up 1-0 on Stephen Holm. Holm,
giant killer.
Holm, man, you talked about this when we opened, Mike. He's playing. He beat Mickey Krause yesterday, and then he turns around and beats Clenti Kachi.
Those are names, my man. Those are names. Those are names. Those are guys who are vogue and who are now and who are young players. And it's if you want to make a name for yourself in pool, right? You want to put yourself on the radar. Go and beat someone.
Yeah,
and that's what Steven's doing.
Well, I mentioned to you this morning that. He's kind of like this year's Sullivan Clark. If you remember, Sullivan Clark was knocking people off last year. He didn't quite make it.
I like that
deep.
Kid Sullivan, man.
Yeah,
I wish he was here.
But Holm is making it really deep in this thing, and if he gets by Snagaki here, he's in the final 8.
It was funniest thing, man. So I'm walking to the tournament room, and I'm walking in the back by the Salado booth, and this guy comes up, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, it's good to see you." And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Hey, Steven, how are you, buddy?" I've never met him before, right? But I know who he is. I know the face, right? I'm like, "Hey, man, how are you?" "Oh, it's going good." I said, "Hey, how you doing with Kachi, man? How did that go?" He said, "Oh, I just beat him the first set." I said, "Well, what the hell are you doing? Get your ass back out there and go play, man. What are you doing?" He's a real nice guy, you know.
That's what you were saying, the Canadians. And we met Joe Spence yesterday. He came up here.
Oh, real nice guy.
Introduced himself.
Cool.
Super nice guy. But there's got to be people. I think Holmes,
we're going to hope to have him on.
Yeah. I think Holmes from British Columbia. So, there's people out there in Vancouver and in the western part of Canada that are rooting for him today. So, good luck to him. We have Aloysius Yap versus Thorsten Holman. Yap knocked off John Moore in straight sets yesterday, 4-1, 4-0, and prior to that, he beat Corey Deuel in a shootout. And Thorsten beat Chang Jung Lin in a shootout, 4-2 in that shootout.
Thorsten got away with murder. I'm just gonna say that he won the first set convincingly. That second set, he had a chance to put Chang away, and he did not. But to Thorsten's credit, when it came to the shootout, he delivered. Chang misses the very first inning, and Thorsten holds serve. So credit to him. But when it's 3-3, he breaks. He's got a dressed up one ball on the side, a cupcake out. You got to go and deliver. You got to put him away. So it was. But like I said, Chang let him back in, and Thorsten handled his business. So we'll see. And you know what? This is what happened last year. Whenever we talked to Kachi before, during the World Championships, all it takes is one little goofy thing to go and happen, and you never know, it could springboard you to go to win. And win the title. So
what was that match last year? Was it Kazakis?
I think it was two. So one of them was against Dennis, where Grabe, where he Dennis ends up hooking himself hill, I think, on like an 8 ball or something, like completely uncharacteristic. And then he got away with coming back hill at the end of the tournament, towards the end of the tournament against Max Lechner too. So he had a couple.
Oh yeah, against
He was
Max.
doing some matrix moves,
Well, I tell
dodging
you
bullets.
what, it's almost never that you win a tournament where you just blow right through everybody. There's that one weird match or that one thing where you get fortunate,
Always.
and so that could bode well for Thorsten here. And so we got Wojciech and
Guac, Vietnamese player,
Guac,
very
yeah.
great player. Beat Danny Olsen. Congratulations to Danny for a hell of a tournament. He had some great names, some great feathers on his cap, including Marco Tucher, who's a former U.S. Open 10-ball champion. So yeah, congratulations to Danny. But Guac's one of those guys, man. You don't want to mess with. But Wojciech, he's seasoned. He's a professional. He's weathered European tournaments before, so he can go and get there. But we'll see.
Yeah, and he knocked off Omar in a shootout last night. So.
I think that was on the feature table, but I don't know if it was streamed or not. But yeah, it was a great match.
Oh, it might have been after hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Copigny knocked off Shane Wolford last night in straight sets, and he advances to take on last year's champion, Wu Kun Lin.
It was really my first time getting to watch Ko since I've been here last night.
How did he look?
Did
he look Ko-ish?
He looked like it's 2015.
Oh, wow.
When he made it to the final. Now, I take that back. Like, he's still smooth, right? I don't think the break's a bit as big and consistent. Well, no, take that back. The break is big. I don't know if it's as polished as it was back in 2015 when he was just known as one of the elite premier 10-ball breakers on earth. But his stroke, it was like he's orchestrating a symphony, dude. I mean, it was incredible. Yeah,
it's beautiful. Isn't it? Yeah.
Shane, I mean, his delivery every time was just so consistent. Shane Wolford, I tell you what, man, that second set, Shane gave him hell, and he was handling his business. I think it was like a missed 5 ball where Shane kind of got a little funky, but it's a ball that he's supposed to make, similar to what happened with Thorsten at 3-3 in that second set against Chang Jun Lin. But you know what? This is the coolest part for me is because I'm a fan, right? So I'm staying up when I'm dead tired and a few hours sleep, and I want to sweat these matchups because I think that they tell a lot of stories. And so Thorsten and Chang finish up, and then I go and sweat this one, the Shane Wolford and Copigny. And I look over, and I posted this picture last night at like whatever it was, 1 a.m. And Van Boning's there in the background sweating it. Like he doesn't want to be in. He doesn't want to be in the area. Of that? Yeah, dude. He doesn't want to be in the area, right? He's in the background, but he's focused on that match. He's there watching that match, watching how Shane's doing, watching how Ko's doing, and he's still like even at this all his accomplishments and everything. And I don't want to make this about Shane, right? But like he's still a student of the game and still analyzing for who knows, maybe a Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, and his teammate, with Q-Tech, Shane Wolford.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so congratulations, Shane Wolford, on a good tournament. Same with Tyler Steyer. Shane had lost
some big names. He took down Oscar too in a shootout, man.
Yeah, Tyler beat Mario He early in the day.
Shane beat Bustamante too. That's a big win for Wolford, man. Early on in the final, check that out, man.
We're all over the place right now.
Yeah, sorry.
Shane Wolford beat Jovan Bustamante.
My bad.
Big win in a shootout, and then he lost to Copigny. And then Tyler Steyer beat Mario He, and then he lost to Wu Kun Lin.
Hey, congratulations to Tyler because that tournament. He was down to Mario. Tyler showed some heart last night.
Mario won 4-0 first set.
Yeah, but even that second set, I think Mario was up. Tyler came back to go and force the shootout, and it was similar where Mario missed a early spot shot, and Tyler held his own, man. Like he held his nerves together, which we haven't seen, consistently from Tyler. But it's like he's progressing,
Yeah.
So he's getting tougher, man.
So, Mike, coming into this day, obviously we're looking for you and said, I don't even know if I want to put product out. I want to watch some of these matches.
As soon as we're done from here, I'm going, and we got some stuff planned for today, but as soon as we're done from here, I'm going to go sweat the matches.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hang out at the booth. I want to watch some pool, man.
Killing me.
Yeah.
Sure. But what else are you excited for this weekend?
I mean,
I'm excited for the billiards. I want to get in and watch
there's a great 3 cushion. Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time ever.
I walked there yesterday with Damien.
Yeah.
Have you seen the setup?
No.
It's incredible. So I was mind blown. I walked in that room. Yeah.
They have a 3 cushion room here where some of the best players around are going to be in that tournament too. In fact, one of the players from this tournament, I think Kang Lee.
And Blaine Barkis is playing that event.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Blaine Barkis just entered as well, playing 3 cushion. How cool was that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it'll be good. So I'm going to put you on the spot, Joey Ryan. I know you haven't watched a whole lot outside of the TV table, but who's your pick to come up top? Who's your pick to come out from the bottom?
Okay, let's look at it. So at the top, I got to go with Lee Van Cortez out of the top, and out of the bottom, I'm gonna go with one of the Taiwanese. Pick one.
Yeah, you got it.
Is it Kopin Lee or is it Wukong Lin?
Kopin
I don't know.
Yi.
All right, I'll go against the grain. I'll take Aloysius Yap.
That's pretty nice. Pretty good pick. I mean, he's been
Yeah.
there before in the finals. He knows what it takes to win. I like it.
And plus, if you remember last year in Vegas, he played great. He was the one that was playing Kachi. They had an epic match that was interrupted because the power went out.
Dude,
Remember that?
He was smooth when I seen him last night against Moore. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
no pun intended, right, for John and Mr. Smooth, but Aloysius was just he was focused, man. You know?
Yeah. Some people are commenting no live streams now. If you go to US Pro Billiards Series and you click on the ALFA Las Vegas Open, it should be up right now. If it's not, it's just slightly delayed because they were leveling out some of the tables last minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And not last minute. I mean, they've been working on it for a long time, but they want to make sure it's right today.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like whenever we went live with Jason, like I pointed out last night or yesterday, it was Jason wanted to get some things off his chest. Obviously, we have a platform we can go and use, right? But we're not just going to focus on the negative. What I wanted to highlight, this morning was the fact that I saw some fire in those guys' voices, in their hearts, right, of them wanting to have a great standard for this event, right? And as unacceptable as it is for fans, as unacceptable as it is for players, it's unacceptable for the guys who are putting on this event too, and they want to make sure it's right as well. So I want to like, without putting everybody's business out there, I want to relay that message because I got that whenever I was speaking to him, and you guys know me. I'm not going to hold anything back, and I'm not going to be BSing whenever I'm over there in private talking with somebody either. So.
Yeah, and I just want to point out one thing in terms of the live streaming. The reason why we're not going live is because we were asked not to, and the policy is that people are not allowed to go live on the exterior tables, although a number of people have been going live, but out of respect for Ozzy, CSI, Predator, the folks putting on this event, they asked us not to. We're not doing it. And so, yeah, that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, I will try to share some feeds on my Facebook pages. And anybody that knows me when I go to an event knows I love, posting that stuff myself and going live myself. But we're going to go.
You were a little tilted when
heavily tilted. Heavily tilted is the way to go and say that. But we'll do our best to go and update. And hey, maybe I don't got to go live and show a whole match. Maybe I can put on the gimbal, which is not anything, which is the phone stabilizer, and I can walk around and give you guys some updates. Maybe we can do something like that, Joey Ryan.
Yeah, we should do that. And a couple things I want to let people know. There's a big interview coming up today. We're not going to tell you who it is, but stay tuned. Make sure you're signed up for the notifications. You're not going to want to miss it. We're really excited about it. We're really prepared for it. And the other thing I want to tell people before we go
is, Joey doesn't dog it and leave me here by myself.
Yeah, if I don't get have another cluster headache or whatever I had. But the other thing is I want to share this story, Mike. We had really a well-known pro come up to us today. I mean,
I think well-known is an understatement.
Yeah, and not in the tournament, so you can maybe use some deductive reasoning and limit it to like 50 people, 40 people, I don't know. But shared with us the fact that they really feel like they lost their match. They had a chance to win their match. They had a pretty easy shot on the next ball, and they really felt like they lost their match because of the fear of having to then play on the feature table in their next match and potentially get embarrassed. And I so appreciated that because that's like real talk. That's something that none of these guys will ever really say, but everybody feels it. And I want to share that out there for all the amateurs because I know I felt it. I know you felt it. Everybody feels that. And for that guy to come up.
I'm not a 700 player like you, my man. Okay, number one.
Matter.
Number two, it's like it's great for someone like me who hits balls horrible sometimes, right? Where I get nervous, I get scared, I get, intimidated in moments. And you think about these pro players and they all look like robots and machines. And when we say it's an accomplished pro, the guy's a champion.
Yeah.
He's accomplished a lot in the game. And I don't, maybe we're
not going to throw his name out there.
We'll try to get him on here, and I think he'd be open to it. Yeah. But it really humanized it for me. Like everybody goes through it, man. Like everybody. It doesn't matter how great you are, how bad you are, whether you're an amateur or professional. It's like we're all humans, man. We all have those same emotions and a nervousness.
And to see this guy play, like it looks like the utmost confidence, you know. And
Yeah, you would
so
never know.
to think that that's what he's thinking in his head,
Right.
man, if I make this ball and I win this match, I'm gonna have to play on the TV
Dude,
table, and
credit
I
to
might
him
get
for like
embarrassed.
being so honest
I
about
know,
it, man.
it's
Like
crazy.
I would never want to go and say that, something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't want to be vulnerable or, you know, put yourself out there like that. That's tough.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Mike, I want to just give a brief rundown. Can you go through the sponsors for us again? We've
Oh
had some
yeah,
great
no,
support.
100%. So we got my man Kevin Baccio. We're gonna have some paintings here from Earl Strickland and sign. Kamui Tips. We're gonna have some vouchers to go and give away. Clinkers and Brenna Polic. We really appreciate her support. Aramith and Simonis. We're gonna have some stuff available from them as well, and we couldn't have gotten here without them. Dom for the support and not annoying me, you know, throughout the event. I really appreciate that because Lord knows he can annoy me at times. Q-Tech and Brett, they were fortunate to give us some product, and I've hit a lot of balls in that 10-5 over the last few days, man, and it's growing on me. They're continuing to be innovative and to push the envelope and to strive for new products, and it's pretty phenomenal. Franco, my man, I got some guys trying out to jump cue, and they're just falling in love, buddy. So, and you're really the one that started all this. So, my deepest, sincerest appreciation. 3 seconds in Takuya. I will have some more 3 seconds gear, gloves, and some cases that are being ordered right now. So I should have them by the time I get back home. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, if you're out here, we still have some gloves.
We do have a few gloves here as well.
So come check us out.
And then also Golden State Beard Supply, my man Oscar. While we were sitting here right now, right before we went live, we dropped off. They dropped off some gear for us, so we are super appreciative. If you guys need anything, production or custom, please hit up Golden State Beard Supply. Shoot me a message if you can't get hold of anybody on there, or just shoot me a message anyway, and I'll see if I can help you out, man. They do a lot for me. They do a lot for juniors. They do a lot for us, man. And without all these people, we would not be where we're at. So
Yeah,
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it.
Totally. And you guys know our friend Mark White, who's doing commentary at this event. Mark just chimed in and said that the first TV table match is at noon local time here, so that's noon Pacific time.
Okay.
So even though that the matches have started, which by the way, we can give you a couple score updates here. The matches have started. There's not going to be a TV table match until noon local time. So Jungo is up 2-0 on Roland Garcia. Victor is up 3-1 on Cheng Yu Lung. And let's see, Lee Van Corteza, my pick, is up 3-0 on Vilmas Foldis. Mika is up 3-0 on Bisterbosch.
What are you gonna do, man? Guy just keeps on going, dude.
Yes, Nagaki and Holm are at 1-1. Yap is up 2-1 on Thurston Holman. Kwok is tied 1-1 with Wojcik. That combination's the hardest names to say in the whole final 16. So,
pray about it, my man.
Yeah, Kopinyi is up 2-0 on Wu Kun Lin. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We have a real treat for you later today, and we're also going to be bringing some more content. We're probably going to be going around with the gimbal and doing some fun stuff. So, thanks again, and we will talk to you guys.